And then moving on to the back of the head, back of the neck, on top of the spine, and coming up the back of the neck and spine, top of the head, moving down the sides of the head, onto the sides of the neck, and coming back up again, top of the head, and coming down the forehead, just gently on the closed eyes, front of the throat, and coming down onto the thoracic. And we'll make a few kind of releasing, sighing sounds here. So taking that exhale, deep breath in. And two more. And one more. And coming onto the top of the shoulders, starting to dig in a little bit more here. And coming to the other side, top of the shoulder. And coming onto the chest. And deepening the breath. Nice strong exhales. Coming onto the belly, and we'll make some circles on the belly and bringing the breath into the belly. So really pushing the belly out. Nice full belly here. And reversing directions. And coming onto the sides. And onto the lower back and the kidneys. So we're just kind of waking up the lower back a little bit here, waking up the kidneys. And staying with that nice deep breath, really filling the torso, filling the belly. Even pushing the back out just a little bit with the breath. And then coming as far up on the kidneys as you can reach onto the adrenals. Deep breath in. And exhale, sliding down the kidneys and onto the sacrum. And we'll do that one more time. Deep breath in, top of the kidneys. And exhale down onto the sacrum. Coming onto the glutes. And waking up the chi in the legs a little bit. And then we're going to work our way down the backs of the legs. And coming up the front side. Down the outside of the legs. And coming up the inside. One more time, back of the legs down. Front side coming up. Outside of the legs going down. And inside of the legs coming up. A few taps in the hip crease. And then starting on one hand. Coming up the inside of the arm, over the top of the shoulder, down that back side. Coming up the back side, over the top of the shoulder, down the inside. Raising the arm up, coming down the front. Digging into the armpit. Breathing here. Waking up the lymphs here. And deep breath in. Exhale down that side of the body. And one more time, deep breath into the armpit. And exhale down. And the other side, up the inside, over the top of the shoulder, down the back side. Coming up the back side, over the top of the shoulder, down the inside. Raising the arm up, coming down the front. And again, digging into the armpit. Breathing. And deep breath in. Exhale down that side of the body. And one more time, deep breath in. And exhale down. All right, we're going to do some heel bouncing. So just kind of gentle bouncing on the heels, allowing the body to relax. Staying with the breath, nice deep breath here. and just releasing anywhere there's tension in the body. So even kind of scanning your body, finding those places that might feel a little bit tight, and kind of connecting them to the bottom of your heels. So those tight places are getting just a little bit of a vibration. Bringing your awareness into the tight places and bringing the breath into those places. And just allowing them to soften. Bringing the hands out to the sides, relaxing the wrists. And then up above the head. And out front. Back down to the sides again. Nice deep breath. And we'll let go of the heel bouncing, opening the chest, leaning back just a little bit, continuing to breathe. And leaning forward to open the back, deep breath. Turning to one side. And the other side. And coming back to center. One more deep breath. And stop. And just take that moment to feel your body, feel your heart, your emotions, noticing your mind and the quality of your thoughts, and just kind of being present with your experience for a couple breaths. So we'll touch into our standing posture just briefly. So we want our feet underneath our shoulders and our toes are pointed forward. So our feet are parallel to one another. Little tug from the top of the crown, just that little like pull up from the top of the head. And then a slight dropping of the tailbone. So just to kind of give that nice long spine. And then creating a little bit of space between the elbows and the torso and just allowing the hands to hang. And so this is our Wu Wei posture or our standing posture, our effortless effort posture. It's a place of relaxation and stillness and a place of ready and alertness. And so to the best of our ability, this is where we kind of want to move through the forms from this posture. So kind of keeping the feet parallel with one another. Oh, I forgot to mention too, slight bend in the back of the knees, just unlocking them. So just that tiny little bit. And so from here, we'll begin with 3 breaths, bringing down the heavens, inhaling the arms up to the sides, turning to face the heavens, gathering, palms facing downward, exhale, just settling the whole system, allowing your body to relax. 2 more. Turning to the heavens, gather, exhale through. Just allowing the whole system to settle. And one more time. And exhale down. We're going to move into some channel clearing. So I'm going to move this camera down a little bit so you can actually see my feet. Okay, so we're going to start this with the inside of the big toe. We're going to inhale coming up the inside of the leg, sliding up. We're going to cross the arms across the chest till we touch the shoulders, sliding down the shoulders till the palms meet, rotating the palms, and then releasing. So then that's the inside, the yin channels, and then the yang channels, the backside. So we're going to slide down the arms over the head and then bringing the hands onto the neck, down the chest, around back to the kidneys, and then sliding down till you hit the ankles. Grab your ankles. There's like a lifting here. So you're almost like bringing your ankles up and then releasing. All right. You guys on the camera, you got that? Did I get a thumbs up with everybody? Or okay, cool. So we'll do it slow a couple times and we're going to speed it up. So inside of the big toe, coming up the inside channels, crossing the arms across the chest, meeting the shoulders, sliding down, palms meet, rotate the palms and release. Sliding the hands back over one another, over the top of the head, onto the back of the neck, sliding down the chest, around to the kidneys, lower back, down to the ankles, grabbing the ankles, lifting up from the ankles, and then release. So that's it. So from the ankles, you're kind of like grabbing and then just kind of like pulling up and then releasing. So we'll do it again. Big toe inside, inhale, coming up, inside of the leg, crossing, sliding down the arms, rotating the palms, release. Backside, over the top of the head, back of the neck, down the chest, round to the kidneys, back to the ankles, lifting the ankles and release. Okay, I think y'all got it. So now we want to speed it up. So it's like a quick inhale, release. Quick inhale, release. All right. I like the look. Okay, here we go. Inhale coming up, crossing. Yep, over the top of the head, neck. Yeah, nice. Three more. Two more. One. Beautiful. All right, so we're gonna stay with the clearing for a little bit here. So let's start inhaling to that right side, coming up over the top till about the height of the heart on that left side. Exhale, pushing across, clearing the heart. Inhale down, moving across, all the way up and over, back to the right side, height of the heart. Exhale, crossing, clearing. So gathering as you're inhaling. Exhale across. Inhale down, all the way up over the top. Exhale across. Inhale down. Down. Releasing. Nice strong exhale. One more on each side. Settling down. So you're going to bring one hand to the back of your kidney. So you could start with that left hand behind the left kidney or right hand behind right kidney, either one. That opposite hand is going to kind of scoop a little bit in front of you. So slight bending here, lifting the front hand up to the height of the heart, turning the palm to face away from you, and then exhale across. And there's a little bend here of the knees, kind of a little bit of a crouch, gathering that water chi, and then exhale across the heart. Clearing the heart center, lowering, gathering. Exhale across the heart. Clearing the heart, allowing the heart to settle. And then we're going to move to the mind's eye, so in front of the forehead. Settling the mind, settling the thought. Nice gentle movement here. Just bringing that water chi in, that gentle, calm movement of water, or even stillness of water. Exhale as you're moving across in front, and then inhale as you're gathering. Then we're going to move up to above the crown, so clearing that connection to the heavens. Exhale across the top. On this next one, we're going to pause at the top. So coming all the way up above you, allowing that hand to just kind of reach up above you like you're receiving through that hand. Allowing that chi to kind of move down across the shoulders, down to the lower hand and into the kidney where the lower hand is. And so just breathing in that chi from the heavens, from the sky, and just allowing it to move through your system. One more breath in. Exhale, switching the hands. Opposite hand on the opposite kidney. And again, we're going to start with clearing the heart. Gathering with the inhale, clearing with the exhale. One more for the heart center. Moving to the mind's eye in front of the forehead, settling the mind, settling the thought. And moving above the crown, clearing that connection to the heavens, clearing above the head. And on this next one, we're going to pause at the top. And then again, just allowing yourself to receive, bringing in through the upper hand, down across the shoulders, to the lower hand and into the kidney. Utilizing the breath to kind of guide that movement, feeling into that lower back space a little bit with the breath. Just receiving for a moment, a couple more breaths. One more breath in. Exhale, lowering the hands. I'm going to move into it just probably one wood form. So bringing that left hand up above the head. And as if somebody's like pulling you up off the ground by your wrist, lifting you, dropping your head down to that right side, really stretching open that left side of the body. Take a deep breath in and exhale, switching the arms and getting lifted up by that right hand. Deep breath in and exhale. So a bit of a stretch here was you're opening that side of the body. course, feel free to go at your pace. Nice deep breath in at the top, like really helping to facilitate that stretch, that opening. Take your time. Do about one more on each side. And settling back to standing posture. So just one more short form for the wood element. Inhaling up to that left side, both hands coming up the left to center. Exhale down the center. And as your palms move to face the earth, feel that connection to the earth and just taking a breath in, kind of grounding here. Exhale down, inhaling up to that right side. The center. Exhale down, palms facing downwards. And again, almost like you're sending your roots down into the earth from the bottoms of your feet, from your trunk. Take a breath in. Exhale downwards. And inhale up that left side. Exhale down. Feeling that settling of the chi down below the feet. Take a breath in. Inhaling up that right side. Down the center. Taking that breath in. Do one more on each side. Inhale up. Take a breath. And inhale up one more time. Exhale down the center. Feeling that energy kind of grounding all the way into the earth, taking that breath at the bottom just to ground in. Inhaling the arms up to the height of the shoulders, turning the palms to face up. Exhale, bringing the hands forward in front of you. Inhale, rolling the backs of the fingers together in behind the heart. Exhale, clearing the heart, pushing forward all the way out in front of you. Inhale, opening out to the sides. Exhale down. So moving into our heart clearing form. Inhale up to the sides. Exhale forward, palms facing up. Inhale, rolling the backs of the fingers together in behind the heart. Exhale, clearing the heart. Inhale, opening out to the sides. Exhale down. Inhale out. We're going to add, exhale forward, we're going to add the breathy ha sound to this. So inhale. It's a heart clearing sound. The ha sound is the heart clearing sound. So you can sing it too, but we're going to just kind of do the breathy one today. Exhaling forward, inhale, rolling behind the heart. Do about two more. Settling downwards. One more. Bringing the prayer hands up in front of the heart. We're going to kind of ground the heart a little bit here. So inhale, opening the palms. So palms are facing down. Exhale, bringing the backs of the fingers together. Grounding. Inhale, lifting, opening up above the head, out to the sides. And then inhale, gather, coming back to the prayer posture. Exhale, back to heart. Inhale, opening the heart. Exhale, backs of the fingers together, grounding into the earth. Inhale, lifting up, opening to the heavens, settling just a little bit. Inhale, gather. Prayer hands coming together, exhaling back to heart center. Inhale, opening heart, backs of the fingers together, grounding into the earth. Inhale, lifting up, opening. Inhale, gather, and then pulling down through the crown, back to the heart. One more time. Inhale, open, settling down. Inhale, lift up. Inhale, gather. Exhale down. Coming back all the way to the earth, opening the palms, facing the earth. Fingers pointed forwards, palms facing the earth. Starting with that left hand, inhaling that left hand coming up and over the top. And the palm's going to face up over the crown. So as you exhale, and then inhale, pulling in through the crown. Turning that palm in front of you, palm facing down. Exhale, down in front. Right through your center, through your core. Bringing that palm slightly off to the side. Right hand inhaling up and over. Palm facing up over the head. Exhale, allowing yourself, your chi to move downwards. Inhale, pulling in through the crown. Turning that palm over in front. Exhale, down. Settling downwards. Left hand, inhale up. Exhaling all the way down through your core, settling your awareness towards the earth, and then inhale, pulling in from the crown. Turning that palm over, exhale down in front. Inhaling up right palm, over crown, exhaling, sending the awareness downwards. Inhale, pulling in through the crown. Turning palm forward, exhale. Do one more on each side. As you exhale, finding that awareness moving downwards, all the way to the earth if you can. Inhale, pulling in through crown. Turning forward, exhale. And one more. Palms facing the earth. We're going to kind of push a little bit on our kidney 1 point. So just here at just below the kind of the base of the foot here, this is your kidney 1 point. So that point, we're just going to kind of bring the toes in just a little bit and then kind of splay them out. So you're pushing down like onto that point. So from there, palms opening facing the earth, nice tall crown. And we're just going to, with our awareness, breathe from that point up to the lower belly. Exhale, settling in the lower belly. Inhale, lower belly. Exhale, returning to the kidney 1 point at the base of the foot. Inhale to belly. Exhale in belly. Inhale in belly. Exhale downwards. So we're pulling that chi up with the inhale. Inhale coming up to the lower belly. Exhale in the lower belly. Inhale, lower belly. Exhale, returning to kidney 1. Breathe like this a couple more times. A little bit of pressure on the bottom of the feet there, just kind of splaying the toes open just a little bit. One more breath cycle like that. Returning to the earth, and then we're going to inhale, pulling that up the legs, bringing the palms up in front of us, bending the knees a little bit here, and then exhale, coming down. So the palms are coming up to about the height of the shoulders, and then exhale, coming down. And when we come down, we can lift up onto our toes just a little bit here. Inhale, really flat-footed, like you're pulling into the belly. Exhale, coming down. You can turn the palms over, so inhale, bringing palms up. Exhale, coming down. So really feeling that connection between the earth and belly. Coming up onto the toes if that feels good for you. Pulling earth to belly. Exhale, settling the belly. And then returning to earth, pulling up. You can go at the pace that feels good for you. Just nourishing the belly with the chi of the earth. Do about 2 more and take your time. Finish that second one. We're going to kind of switch the form a little bit. So inhale, coming up onto the toes, bringing your awareness up the spine, over the top of the head. Exhale, coming down this front line of the body. So your awareness is in your front line. The form's relatively the same, but your inhale, bringing your awareness up the spine, over the top of the head, and then exhale down the front line. So you're feeling it down that front line, under the perineum. Inhale, up spine. Exhale, down front line. Placing the tongue to the roof of the mouth. We're working into the microcosmic orbit right now. And just cycling that chi up the spine and down the front line. We're working with the governing vessel, which is on the spine, and the conception vessel, which is down the front line of the body. And the two channels together form the microcosmic orbit. And when the microcosmic orbit is healthy and flowing, it's like our energy's moving in a way that like nothing really sticks to us. So we're even starting to move into like fortifying our field a little bit here. It's not that things won't impact us or that they won't come into our field. It's that they come in and they just kind of move through and pass through us and move out the other side. And so having a healthy microcosmic orbit helps us to really deal with difficult situations. I have one teacher that says that when your microcosmic orbit is really healthy and flowing, those things that would potentially traumatize you will not. They'll just kind of almost ricochet off of you. So like really helping us to be with whatever situation arises in our life and to handle it with confidence and strength. And when we have that confidence and that strength, then we really have a lot more patience and kindness. We can tap into our internal wisdom. It's just a better way to handle all the situations that arise and that we get confronted with in our lives. So we'll do a couple more here, just kind of feeling that flow up the spine and down that front line. We're going to move right into the central channel. So interlacing the fingers, palms facing up, and then we're going to inhale coming up through the core, lifting up onto the toes, up above the head, and exhale coming down. And if you kind of want to lock your eyes on something crossed away from you, it can kind of help with the balance a little bit. And so as we exhale, we're settling to the earth. We're connecting into that earth chi, and then we're inhale, pulling up through the core, out the top of the crown. And exhaling down through the crown, through the core, anchoring back into the earth. So working with the central channel here. We'll go at the pace that feels good for you. Coming up on the toes. And exhaling, settling down. Really nice pressure on the feet here, on the full foot. Do about two more. One more. Unlocking the fingers and the palms facing one another. We're going to kind of bring the awareness into that central channel. And so feeling that core of light and just kind of feeling it move through the crown, all the way down through the body and into the earth. And in that core of light, we're going to start to expand it. So as you inhale, just pushing the hands open just a little bit, just an inch or two. And then exhale, bringing them back a little bit. And so the idea here is that we're going to push open that column of light so that it starts to expand. And bringing it out from just the core, like out to the sides of our head, the sides of our neck. Expanding it within our torso. Expanding that core column of light outwards towards the edges of the body and starting to expand the hands just a little bit more. And of course, you can breathe and kind of go at your pace with this and just expanding that column of light towards the edges of your body, towards the edges of your torso, your front and back, towards the edges of your legs, so that it's kind of becoming a beam of light that's starting to surround you. And even pushing it past the shoulders a little bit, pushing it outwards, and just covering you out past the edges of your shoulders. And then as you're expanding this, bringing the hands a little further away from the body and pushing it out past the body, starting to move outwards. We're going to eventually bring this all the way out to the edge of our field. So just breathing into that visualization and pushing that light outwards. So that beam of light is completely covering your entire body and starting to move out towards the edge of your hands where you're breathing to as you're expanding your hands outwards. And so just little by little, just keep pushing that outwards. And eventually we're going to kind of bring the hands all the way out to the edge of our field, but take your time getting there. Just really kind of feel into the visualization, the meditation of that column of light, like a crystalline light covering you. A few more breaths here to try and kind of push that all the way out so that your hands are almost all the way expanded and eventually having your fingertips pointed all the way out away from you and feeling that light pushed all the way out to the edge of your fingertips. And expanding all the way out. Exhaling down, and then we're going to kind of turn this into like an egg shape that's going underneath our feet and up over our head. So inhale, bringing that all the way up over the head, feeling that above the tips of the fingers, and then exhale all the way out to the sides and bringing that all the way under the feet. We're going to bring in the color gold. So creating like a golden shield around you all the way out to the sides. And as far out to the sides, it is also that far out in front and back. So it's coming out behind you, it's coming out in front of you as well. And bringing in that golden color. When we want to have strong boundaries, gold is an excellent color for that. So we're just creating that field of protection. Sometimes we want our boundaries to be a little softer, so we can use other colors. Blue is still a very protective color. Green is a very loving color. But when we can fill our field all the way out to the edge with any color of light, it's going to help us to really fortify those boundaries inside of our thought, our minds, our physical boundaries, and all around us. So as we exhale, we're going to settle down, bringing the hands, the palms to face towards the lower belly, just even floating off the front of the belly just a little bit, and then just kind of meditate on that field around you just for a couple breaths and choosing any color that feels good for you. Just really feeling that fullness of it, filling your field. I'm going to do one more clearing practice and then another earth form to just kind of help us ground and stabilize. And you can leave some awareness on the color that's filling your field. And if that seems like a little too complex, then you can just kind of focus on the forms that we're going into. So inhale, coming up above the heart, turning the palms over. We're going to have a strong exhale, bending forward. So inhale up above the knees, exhale down. Inhale to waist, exhale down. Inhale to just above the belly, strong exhale. Inhale, coming all the way up above the crown, and a gentle exhale. Just settling downwards. We're going to do that probably 2 more times. Inhale above heart, strong exhale. Inhale above knee, waist, above the belly, and then above the crown. Gentle. Settling downwards. We'll do 1 more time above heart, knee, waist, belly, crown. Gentle. Settling. Bringing the prayer hand posture back in front of the heart. Just taking a couple breaths. Just noticing your field, feeling into your system. We're going to inhale, bringing that right knee up, shifting the weight onto that left side. Exhale, turning out to that left side, palms facing down, shifting the weight onto over that left knee. And then just taking a couple breaths here, really feeling into the stability, your balance, feeling the earth. Inhale, gather, stepping the feet back together, coming back to our forward posture. Exhale down. Shifting the weight onto that left side, bringing that prayer hands up. Inhale, right knee up. Exhale out to that right side. Coming over the right knee, palms facing down. And again, just feeling that balance, that sense of groundedness, sending the awareness even below your feet. The earth element teaches us of balance. So physical balance, emotional balance, mental balance, and even spiritual balance. Inhale, gather, turning back to center. Exhale down. So bringing the prayer hands back together, shifting the weight onto that right side, lifting that left knee up. Exhale out to left side. Settling into the posture. Grounding for a moment. Breathing. Deep belly breath. Inhale, gather. Turning back to center. Exhale down. We'll do 1 more, shifting the weight onto that left side, right knee up. Exhaling out to that right side. Grounding. One more nice, deep, slow belly breath. Inhale, gather. Stepping back. Exhale down. We'll move into a form to just kind of harmonize our field and our energy. Backs of the hands together. Inhale, coming up to the heart. Exhale, rolling the palms open and out to the sides. Inhale, lifting, palms facing forward, crossing the palms in front of you. Exhale down. Palms facing in towards the body. Inhale, uncrossing towards heart. Exhale, opening heart again. Inhale, lifting just above the head, bending the elbows, palms facing down. Exhale, settling that whole system. It's like bringing that harmony in, backs of the hands together. Inhale up to heart. Exhale, opening. Inhale, lifting, crossing the arms, palms facing forward. Exhale down, just creating that harmony within the system. Palms facing towards the body. Inhale, uncrossing. Exhale, opening heart. Inhale, lift. Palms facing down. Exhale. Palms facing in. Inhale up. Exhale, rolling open. Inhale, lift. Crossing the arms. Exhale, forward. Inhale, lifting and opening. Exhale, opening heart. Inhale above head. And exhale down, settling. We're going to come back to our Wu Wei posture. So toes pointed forward, nice tall crown, dropping the tailbone just a little bit, unlocking the knees, a little space between the elbows and torso. Hands hanging, fingers pointed towards the earth. Just a couple breaths here, stabilizing, feeling into the stillness. So taking this moment here to call in the virtues that you want to bring with you through your evening and into your week, whatever will serve you most, calling that in at this time. Peace, serenity, harmony, joy, love, integrity, wisdom, kindness, openness, playfulness, whatever will serve you most, just calling that into your experience. With that, we'll close 3 breaths, bringing down the heavens. Inhale out to the sides, turning at the heights, gathering, and then this time the palms facing in towards the self, blessing the self, filling your experience with light, with the chi of the heavens and earth. Inhale, pulling earth chi up, turning to the heavens, and then blessing the self, filling your centers with chi, calling these virtues in. And one more time. And again, blessing the self, blessing the energetic structure of your being. And placing the palms one on top of the other on the lower belly. And just taking a few breaths to kind of settle. If you want to rotate the ankles a little bit, just to get that blood flow back down into the feet, feel free to do that. Coming back, just a couple settling breaths, settle the belly, settle the chi, settle the forms into the system. And the right hand is the fist representing the pearl, the open left hand representing the sword, bringing them together in front of the heart center. And just taking that moment to honor our journeys, honor our paths, Honor the way that we show up in the world, the way that we show up in our lives, the way that we show up in our relationships. Honoring our strength, honoring our weaknesses, honoring the places that we are challenged, honoring the way that we meet those challenges, honoring the Tao, and bowing deeply into center.